This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market, only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover. If unemployment is a crisis, now what? We are moving from talk to action. Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover. A 5-day live broadcast activation from 27 to 31 October 2025, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Hosted by Career Indaba board members leading Africa's biggest conversations on employment, skills, youth empowerment, and inclusive growth. Bring a pledge, a placement, or a partnership. Catch us live on careerindaba.org and all our social media platforms. Career Indaba, the voice of Africa's labor market.
Good morning. Welcome to the job market. My name is Kani Marirati. I nearly said Mshongo because I go on using both surnames. Welcome to the job market. Welcome to Career Indaba's Impact Week. We are currently on a roll. It's day 3 of Impact Week. I'm taking over as the host this morning for the next 2 hours. And I'm not alone. I'm with my co-host, Stacy. Stacy, please introduce yourself.
Good morning. My name is Williams. I'm a freelance writer, and I'm so excited to be part of Career Indaba's Impact Week. This is something that I appreciate because I aspire to build a career in development across Africa.
Great. Stay tuned. We are currently live on our Career Indaba website, as well as a couple of social media platforms. You can join us live currently on YouTube, on X, as well as LinkedIn. If you have any questions, please send through your questions. Today, or this morning's programming is really about us showcasing opportunities that are currently available. We do not have a lot of scheduled interviews. However, we want to plug you with interviews as well as bursary applications that you can now make sure that you apply for before the closing date. It is that time of the year where applications for bursaries, applications for learnerships, it's currently underway. So we have curated a list of what's available currently, as well as their minimum requirements and their closing dates. So this session, that's what you can look forward to in the coming 2 hours. Tracy and I will be taking you through that. But before we go through all that detail, I'd like to use this opportunity to introduce myself as well, and to also introduce Impact Week at Career Indaba. So as the founder of Career Indaba, I'm quite passionate about creating access to career development opportunities. And that's what Career Indaba is about. We are here to make sure that people can gain access. There's so many opportunities available currently out there, but how do we create a platform where we can bring almost as much as possible of all these available opportunities under one roof, under one platform? So Career Indaba is created for that. Be it employment, be it small business development programs, funding, and also for the young people, there's learnership, internship opportunities, bursary opportunities, small business funding for the young people. So those are some of the things that we would like to showcase and make sure that people can access it and access it easily. So Career Indaba Impact Week, it's a week jam-packed with key nuggets on what people can access, be it in that employment space. We have mobilized our board members to really take on Impact Week this year. And this is our very first Impact Week, really. And we intend to deliver Impact Week for the coming 5 years with this current board. So each board member is hosting a slot, a segment daily where they get to engage with thought leaders, with organizations that are currently offering opportunities. So it's really about connecting the nation to what's currently available. And thank you for joining us. If you've just joined us, my name is Kani, and I'm with my co-host Stacy, and look forward to being plugged with those available and open opportunities. Stay tuned.
This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market, only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover.
Okay, great. So, Stacy, what's your take on Impact Week so far? I know you had the opportunity to engage in one of the segments this week. I think it was the Youth Plug.
Thank you, Kani. I'm finding it quite interesting, actually. Yesterday, I was particularly excited about the speaker who was emphasizing the value of reading and changing culture amongst the youth or amongst her peers. And she spoke about how, because of the negative attitudes that some young people have, she's had to take a lot of initiative in transforming their perceptions. And that's led to developing things that are more significant to the young graduate, such as getting them dressed up for interviews. And I felt that, when you are engaged or in your student, it's challenges the individual to grow as well and to adapt. And I felt that I have taken some initiative, trying my own ventures, and it's the most interesting part of growing as an individual. And when some of these speakers later on in the day were discussing some of their concerns, it was just so encouraging to hear that there's so much effort to realize this future that's possible in Africa. And that's been encouraging, just to keep going, continue reflecting and adjusting and adapting to as you grow.
No, absolutely. I mean, that has been quite interesting. And the conversations have been quite diverse. I mean, from one segment to the next. But Stacey, I would like you to share with our audience your journey as a graduate, as someone who's currently navigating the employment landscape. I am inspired and you keep me going. You're one of those individuals that keeps me going. I didn't want to host any of these segments because I get very emotional about the vision and the mission that we're trying to create and build at Career Indaba. So I have met you way back. Was it 2-3 years ago when you became an intern graduate at McDonald's?
2023. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe take us through that journey. And yeah, fast forward. I was impressed when you said to me, you're now currently working at one of the another fast food restaurant. And I was looking at my kids, these young adults here that I have, and you doing what you're doing. But besides that, also not boxing yourself into one field. You are qualified as X, but then you find yourself doing different things. I mean, you've also contributed in some of the articles on our Career Times magazine, but take us through that journey as a grad going into I can mention McDonald's because we just had a really amazing interview last night with the chief people officer from McDonald's. So go ahead.
Thanks. I think that it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but not in the worst way possible. I think that expectations when I get in the door is that this is a long-term opportunity, and that was at McDonald's. I felt that this was going to be the start of a secure job, and I was going to blossom into this corporate girly, and I'd be secure for a couple of years in employment. And unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. I don't entirely know what I could have done better, but I'm thankful for the opportunity. And part of how I met you is through a former classmate of mine, Matome, who is someone who I feel very fortunate to have met while studying. I remember him sharing with me his journey as a planner. So I studied political philosophy with the intention of becoming a professional writer. And as I was pursuing this journey, I learned that the real value of understanding and the different layers of politics is to master political administration and to engage the social imagination effectively. And then I discovered town planning. I didn't know about town planning until maybe 2016, 2017. And then I learned that if I have the skills of a town planner, I might succeed creating a legacy of being a person who's a successful visionary and a transformation agent. So then I enrolled for town planning and started in 2018 to do a postgrad program in town planning. And it was amazing. I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I was learning about GIS, how to use a map to communicate your ideas, how to use Photoshop to put together a strategic presentation. I learned about just how to communicate ideas effectively, which was important because it goes from conceptual, and I go from understanding conceptual ideas like what is justice to presenting a just society, a just community. Here we are now in Sandton, and the layout of the environment is that the poor people live on this side of the road and the rich people live on that side of the road, and that's what justice looked like during apartheid. And now you want to make a better form of justice. You know what you want to articulate, that you want the people to get home on time, to be with their families. Now, how do you change the space, enable people to get home? I was like, this is great, right? This is exactly what I wanted to do. Then I went on to do my master's in planning, in development planning. And then I hit a wall, what I've just described in Dainfern and Deep. And when I went to Deep Street in Dainfern and did my preliminary research to get the foundation of where I was going to go in my research report, I couldn't figure out how I get it right. And my supervisor said to me, well, it sounds like you're describing a quality of life issue. And I said to her, that's not what I want to describe. That's not what I want to discuss. I want to discuss the technicalities planning. If I wanted to discuss quality life, I could have just done a Master of Arts, because we can do a quality of life study in the Master of Arts. I want to talk about the spatial configuration. I want to talk about the difficulty of administration. So then I decided it's better that I finish all my coursework and then come back and do my research at time. So in 2024, I was supposed to go back and finish my my research, but it was a difficult year. There was a lot going on, and I don't know where things started slipping through the cracks, but things started slipping through the cracks. And then I did at McDonald's after the internship, and then I study. And so I was quite upset, obviously, because I was just like, here's this guy who I know working here, and so I think he knows that I'm smart and like I could work with him, and I was so excited at my former classmates. And I liked our manager. Our manager was great. He was so open to knowledge, and like on the job, when I came across certain concerns, he was very open to discussing them. So at the time, there were some issues in the market where like a whole shopping center in Joburg was almost vacant. It was almost completely vacant. So there was like a response to the land expropriation issue that caused a dip, and of course the fallout, the consequences of the coronavirus had a lot of businesses lost money, so people were closing shop, and I raised a lot of concerns about this, like what does it mean for how because now company's interest is not just protecting its business, but also in protecting the property market, which makes the decision-making process a little bit more complicated. For example, I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, but for example, a site was bought in a residential area, and it was a really complex issue. Why would a corporation buy a site in a residential area? So it was an expensive residential area.
Isn't it for
So
convenience? Because I don't like traveling out to go get my fries, as an example. I need a snack very quickly. Can I walk to my favorite restaurant and get my fries?
So technically, it could be because of convenience, but in this particular residential area, there are sites marked for commercial use, and but the problem with like rezoning a location is that it undermines the plan that have already been made to ensure a particular type of development. Now, if you trust the city to create strategies that are effective and just, then you want to lean into what their agenda is. And so it just seemed a little bit peculiar. Of course, it happened. And I have thought that, well, it kind of speaks to some of the complexities in the job market, in the property market, where for some property sellers, the only buyer they can get is going to be a corporation, And if the only buyer is a corporation, it means that there's a huge problem in the market. People aren't going to be able to get their houses sold at the market value that they want to profit from. So these were some of the complexities that I confronted while doing my internship there, and it was eye-opening, just learning the difficulty of the market, actually, what it takes to create a vision and implement a vision, and the different drivers of why things just don't work out the way they do. So I think this is still something I want to keep in the back of my mind when I eventually go back to do my my Master of Science in Development Planning. And I think that it was an important learning opportunity, and I'm grateful that I can still speak to my former colleagues, because I think that I'll obviously learn a lot from them. Um, I Yeah, and I spoke to a couple of planners after that, and I was just like, this is the situation I'm in, and like I'm really passionate about still pursuing the path, and they've encouraged me to um, start my own venture, um, and like start building my own studio, because I do have the skills now, and I have some experience I need. So this
Mhm.
is a challenge that I want to take on. I'm just not quite sure where to start exactly. Um, but it's something I'm thinking about and brainstorming around.
So, Stacey, I want to ask you a question. So, as a recruiter, and given the background that I understand and know about your career journey, your career path, have you figured out what is it that you are really passionate about? Because I believe when people do what they're passionate about, going to work and doing what they do, it's effortless because creativity comes through naturally. Um, Problem solving comes through very naturally. You just do it with an open heart. Have you figured out where Tracy should place herself at this point in time or not? Okay, I just lost Tracy there. Good morning, South Africa. You are still tuned in to the job market, and I'm with the co-host Tracy. So Tracy is here to help me share some of the available opportunities in the market. We're going to talk all things internships. We're going to talk about the bursary applications that are open currently, including the closing dates, as well as those employers who are currently open to hire. We will be joined by one of the recruiters just after 8 o'clock. They've got a couple of interesting job openings. So we will introduce my next guest later. Yes, we are still driving Impact Week. So this live broadcast will be ending on Friday at 6 p.m. And we will then come back again next year with another live broadcast of Impact Week. And this year's focus is where we bring out the board members, the leaders to come out and really make an impact in issues around employability, skills mismatches, as well as helping us to understand and navigate the current labor market challenges. So yesterday, a lot of conversations were held around employability. What are some of the hurdles? What are some of the solutions? Career Indaba has been created not only to talk about our issues, our challenges. We are designed to talk with the intention of finding solutions to the challenges we are faced with. We are really uniquely focused on really finding solutions to unemployment and reducing that unemployment rate to the single digits. There are so many opportunities. However, when you look at the skills that are required in the market, we are not able to match up to that. It is now 7:24, and you are tuned into the job market. It's Wednesday, day 3 of Impact Week. My name is Kani, and I am with my co-host who will rejoin me a little bit later. We're just going to take a short break now, and when we come back, I will start to announce and share with you what's currently available, their closing dates, and where and how you can access these opportunities. Stay tuned.
This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market, only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover. Hello Africa! Want to stay plugged into the world of work? Follow us at Career Indaba on LinkedIn, Instagram and X, and dive deeper at careerindaba.org. The conversation becomes a movement. The idea becomes an economy. This is not another event. It's an activation of Africa's potential. The Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp 2026, where 5,000 delegates, 100 exhibitors, and 20 bootcamp zones collide to create the future of work. From youth innovators to corporate pioneers, from township traders to global brands, every voice counts. 2 days, one goal. Aligning Africa's skills with its opportunities. Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp 2026. 15th to 16th May, Sandton Convention Center, where skills meet, where Africa works.
Yes, that's right. Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us this morning. My name is Kani. You are tuned into the job market on Career Indaba channel. Next year, we are hosting what we call a National Employment and Skills Activation. That is the Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp. This is where we bring together all sectors, all learning institutions, government and policymakers, employers, job seekers, young people who are looking for opportunities, the retrenched, to really come in and join us at the Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp, which will be taking place next year, 15th to 16th May 2026 at the Sandton Convention Center. The makeup of this event is not just an event, it's really an activation where people will be able to access employment opportunities at the event, get to be interviewed, get to be assessed for those jobs that they would have been interviewed for, receive feedback, and also to start to understand what are some of the learning programs that we really need to focus on and pursue that. Yes. So sorry, I was just distracted right now here. So the Expo and Bootcamp, it's not just an exhibition, it's really a place and a space we're creating for the labor market. And who's the labor market? The labor market are employers, the labor market are the learning institutions, as well as organized labor, where we get to get under one roof and really to align on what the labor market of South Africa, of Africa needs to drive the economy forward. We've got a lot of opportunity. We've got a lot of opportunity to shift and change the current narrative. Issues of unemployment are resolvable. We can reduce unemployment by really aligning and implementing what we believe will really change that. Just want to get my guest in so we can really take you through some of the opportunities that are available. Stay tuned.
Conversation becomes a movement. The idea becomes an economy. This is not another event. It's an activation of Africa's potential. The Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp 2026, where 5,000 delegates, 100 exhibitors, and 20 bootcamp zones collide to create the future of work. From youth innovators to corporate pioneers, from township traders to global brands, every voice counts. 2 days, one goal. Aligning Africa's skills with its opportunities. Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp 2026. 15th to 16th May, Sandton Convention Center, where skills meet, where Africa works.
Welcome back. You are tuned into the job market with myself, Kani, and today I'm your host. Today I am your DJ. I'm DJ Kani, I suppose, today. And we're talking all things job market. Today's theme and focus is really on how do we really navigate some of the job market opportunities that are available, and everything is across different platforms. This morning, we bring it into one sort of form of platform where we share with you what's available, what you can access. And some of the closing dates are near. So end of this week, end of Friday, the 31st of October, quite a few bursary applications are sort of coming forward, as well as some of the learnerships and internship programs on offer. They're also closing at the end of this week. You will be able to access all of these opportunities on our website by end of business today, so that you can be redirected to the platform where applications are being received. We are not taking applications. We are not taking applications. We are really facilitating the communication and spreading the word. So from 7:35, we will kick off with our announcements. We'll start with our very first announcement of these job openings, the job opportunities that are available. And just waiting for my core guest to join me. And Stacey's back online with us. And at 7:35, we will kick off with what job opportunities are available. So Stacey represents the young voice. And I know most of you might be asking, oh my goodness, you've got Youth Plug and you've got someone who doesn't represent the voices of the young people. So Stacey is joining me this morning to really help me best communicate these open opportunities that are available. And without further ado, I also would like to remind you that you can please send through your questions, your comments via our YouTube channel. We are currently live on our YouTube channel, or you can join us live also on X as well as LinkedIn. We are also live on our Career Indaba website. That's where you can really access us. And later today, please also join the amazing segments that are coming up today in terms of today's programming. We've got Career Talk coming up later at 9 o'clock until 12 o'clock. We've got amazing guest speakers from across some of the big corporates who will be unpacking all things digital. I'm really looking forward to those conversations. Then we also have the Youth Plug that's also coming up a little bit later from 12 o'clock until 3 p.m. And that will be hosted by Jackie Ford, the CEO of APSO. She's also bringing along some opportunities. So if you are looking for opportunities to start business, opportunities on how you can be empowered, join that session as well, where you can walk away with a plaque to really get you started without really requiring much finance. So let us, Stacey, before we go through our list, are we ready? So 7:35, are we ready to showcase what's currently available?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
My
Stacey. You can
connection's
go
probably
ahead. Oh, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. There are internships. So that are closing October, which is today.
Okay, great.
Stefanati Stock and the South African State Theatre.
Oh, wonderful. What are each
Then on the
looking for?
30th.
Let's maybe go through.
Sure.
Stacey, do you want to go through those two? Do you want to share with our audience those two opportunities that are closing off today? What are they looking for?
Sure.
Okay, great. So as soon as Stacey is back on track, she will share with us the two opportunities that are closing today. Please grab your pen and paper so you can be able to go and apply if this aligns with your career plans. please do not apply for things that really do not speak to you, because you're just going to waste really much of the effort. I know at the moment we need to be plugged into something. I mean, the goal is to be economically active and participate economically so we can survive. Everything is just expensive, and not being in employment or in business or in education, it does present a bit of a challenge. So it is now 7:35. Stacey, are you able to hear me, and are you ready to share the two opportunities? Okay, Stacey, I think Stacey is struggling. So I'm going to bring up those two opportunities shortly. We've got a long list of over 60 opportunities that are currently available for everyone to access. So we've got something for everyone. And very quickly, I just want to make sure that we get to the two opportunities that Stacey mentioned, because that is quite urgent. The opportunity closes today, end of business today. And that is let me just see some of this detail. So these opportunities we're sharing with you, these are verified links. We're not going to share with you, there's a thing called job scams out there. So people are able to create links and applications and all sorts of things. And when you click on it, they ask you for 500 Rand, they ask you for 200 Rand for application. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm one of the members at APSO. APSO is a federation for all staffing organizations across Africa, employment agencies and learning institutions. So we, on a daily basis, we are inundated with complaints. And we've actually spoken to a couple of stations about job scams and alerting people. I mean, the stories we hear about some of the job scams that are taking place, it's horrendous. It is horrendous. People get to travel, people get to pay thousands of rands just to be able to access an application form. I'm here to tell you that you should never, ever, ever pay not even 50 Rand or 2 Rand just to apply for a job. Never. Not even for assessments. Because if an employer would like you to take on assessments for them to assess whether you are the right fit for the job, they should pay for that. So when applying for jobs, never. It's a red flag. Immediately when anyone asks you for, oh no, you need to pay 250 for us to conduct your MIE checks or your criminal. No. Recruitment agencies will not ask you to pay for such. Employers will never ask you to pay for such. Stacey, I can hear your parrot is chirping in the background. Are you able to hear me? And do you want to go ahead and share the two? Stace? Okay, so Stacey is still not coming through in terms of sound. Are you back, Stacey? Oh, yes, there you are. You need to move from Santon and come join me
comes
here in
and goes.
Soshanguve. Stacey? Oh, okay. You see, the Santon internet is not the greatest. I think it's best to relocate somewhere closer to Soshanguve, Hammanskraal. I think connectivity is a lot better that side. Let's take a quick ad break. And when we come back, because Stacey is struggling, I'm going to be the one sharing with you these opportunities before we engage with our next guest at after 8 o'clock. Stay tuned.
This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market. Only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover.
Okay, great. Welcome back. So now let's kick off. Let's kick off with the very first announcement that's currently available and open. We currently have an opportunity, Stephanie Stocks internship. It's currently open. Please visit their website. They are looking for interns. The closing date is today. And I'm not going to go through all the requirements, but STR Fenati Stocks, Stefanati Stocks, I'm sure that's how they pronounce it. They've got an internship currently running. Today, it is the closing date. If you are really keen and interested to know more about it, please do visit their website. Is stefanatistocks.com, and that's where the advert and the details about what they are looking for from the for this particular internship program. Do visit them, and yes, don't let this opportunity miss you out. And the next opportunity available for internships that are closing quite soon, it is the State Theatre. So the South African State Theatre, they've got an internship program also open. They're looking for interns, and you can visit their website as well. The closing date is today. It's an internship program. If you are looking for an internship opportunity, please do visit. The State Theatre, the South African State Theatre. The closing date is today. The details about the internship, you will find it on their website. Closing date, once again, it is today. Do not miss out on that opportunity. Stacey, are you able to hear me now? My co-host.
I can hear you.
Oh, wonderful. Did the Santon internet now upgrade?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, maybe you should move over to Soshangube where I am. The internet is a lot better this side. Yeah. Okay, Stacey, I've just shared the two opportunities that are available. So once again, thank you for highlighting that the closing date is today. So it's the South African State Theatre. They're looking for interns. Closing date is today. Pronouncing that other organization for me is a bit difficult. I mean, you went to like Model C. You are highly educated. How do you pronounce the other organization? Is it Stephanotis or Stephanots? Or how do you pronounce that?
I'm pronouncing it Stefanati Stocks.
Okay, yes, they are looking for opportunities. Do you have any details about what kind of interns they're looking for?
They're looking for graduates, civil, construction, mechanical engineering, and quantity surveying.
Awesome, that is exciting. We just hope that people don't miss out on this opportunity. The closing date is today, the 29th of October 2025. If you really want to join this organization as a graduate with those qualifications, please rush through and apply for those. And also, if you are interested in applying to the State Theatre, the South African State Theatre is recruiting for interns. There are opportunities out there. So what is the State Theatre looking for?
The State Theatre's internship's not listed on the site anymore. So unfortunately, I don't have the details for that.
I'm sure they received a lot of applications and decided to take it off, right? Okay, great. So, wow,
Yeah, probably.
there's quite a few exciting ones that are coming up for end of October. So maybe let's prioritize. We've got 15 minutes to really work through some of the exciting opportunities that are closing at the end of October. So now we're going to move just quickly to the bursary applications. There's a couple of bursary applications open at the moment. As we know, yesterday during Career Talk, the focus was on education and education funding. We do understand some of the burdens and the challenges that we are faced with in the country. NSFAS cannot afford to fund everyone who applies. I mean, there's thousands of applications they have received so far for 2026 education funding. So besides NSFAS, there are other opportunities, bursary application opportunities. We have a listing of up to 40 that's currently open and available. So if you visit the website NAMPEC program, they've got a bursary application scheme there. It is closing, I think, later next year or mid next year. So March 2026. So maybe I started with the wrong one. Let's look at the ones that are closing like very quickly, very soon. So Services CETA, they've got a bursary application open at the moment. It closes on the 31st of October, this coming Friday. Please check that out. And then also another interesting bursary application. There's South African wine. They are also offering a bursary scheme. So head to their website. There's a website, sawine.co.za. There's a bursary application. So all this information will be available on our website by end of business today to make sure that everyone can access it. Stace, which ones would you like to highlight in this segment? Okay, and I'll take a quick ad break and then I'll continue with some of the, because as I said, we've got over 30 bursary applications that are currently open for people to access. You are still tuned into the job market. My name is Kani. You might not see me on camera. I'm trying to bring to you the radio sort of flavor. We are a channel. Where we broadcast through voice as well as visuals. So if you don't see me, do not panic. I'm still here. And please send through your questions. We will be showcasing some of these opportunities that are available for you to access before the closing date. And I look forward to some of these questions that are coming through already. People would like to know when this information will be available on our website. By end of business, we should be able to showcase all these available opportunities, especially the ones that are closing today.
This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market, only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining Impact Week on Career Indaba channel. I'm sure you would have wanted to listen to something else, but this week we are plugging you with opportunities that are currently actively available and for you to really rush there and make sure that you do not miss out. Career Indaba is created as a platform to really enable access to opportunities and not only access, but we would like to see all of us participating and being included in the economy. We want people to be able to independently be able to access some of these opportunities. So earlier on, we mentioned that there are 2 opportunities that are closing today on the 29th. We have the South African State Theatre. They're looking for interns. If you can head onto their website and check what they're looking for, as well as Stefanati. They are looking for interns as well. The closing date is today. So back to the bursary applications. So another bursary scheme that is currently open for applications or receiving applications is the MasterCard Foundation. So you might have seen that on most of the, the web, the World Wide Web. MasterCard Foundation bursary applications are now open. Head to the MasterCard Foundation website. There's a lot of bursary applications from bachelor's degrees right up to master's degrees. So if you are keen and looking for funding for your education, have a look at the MasterCard Foundation bursary scheme. They've got various closing dates. So the sooner you check it out, the better. And another bursary scheme that's also open and available, and it is closing end of this week. It is the Services SETA. Services SETA, they've got a bursary scheme that is also open. Please visit servicesseta.org.za. They also have a bursary scheme that's closing on the 31st of October. Another 31st of October bursary application that's available. We've got the Cape Wool's bursary scheme. So if you visit edustairs.org, they've got a bursary scheme also that's currently open and it's closing on Friday. Another one that's also available, which is quite interesting, is a bursary scheme. This one is from the Compensation Fund. Compensation Fund, they're also running a bursary scheme application. The closing date there, it is next year, 31st of March. But by then, most of you'd like to have entered the education sort of space. So Compensation Fund, they also have a bursary scheme running. Please visit their website and check out some of the requirements. Another one that we have, so most of the end of October bursaries we've just highlighted. So I'm going to sum up opportunities that are sort of actively open in this week. And then after the 8 o'clock, we will then cover some of the 1st of November applications that are available. And the rest of it, you will really be able to access it on our website and on careerindaba.org. There'll be a page called the Marketplace. This is where you will be able to access all things learnerships, internships, or any SME programs. There's a very interesting program that's currently also open for application. That's the JSE SME Rise. So we will also share some details on that one. It is open, and I know they're currently running a couple of road shows across the country. So we will also share with you that particular plug. So for the SMEs, stay tuned to hear more about the the JSE SME Rise program, which is quite interesting. It is out there open. They're receiving applications as we speak. Share when the closing dates for that are. So just to sum up, we've just highlighted in terms of the internship programs that are closing today. We have the Stephanatis. Let me just get this one right. My tongue twist is not the best, so this is where I need Stacy to help me out. So there's the South African State Theatre. They are running an internship. The closing date is today. And the other internship program, which we highlighted, that's closing today, is stephanatisstocks.com. Visit their website. They are looking for various degrees, construction, and so forth. Just visit their website and get more details. The closing date is today. So without maybe taking up more time, just to sum up the bursaries that we've highlighted in this segment, we highlighted the Services SETA bursary that's currently open and it's closing on Friday. And also we have the SA wine.co.za. They also have a bursary scheme that's currently open. We also spotlighting MasterCard Foundation. They have various bursary applications that are also open. After this break, we will go through some of the other available opportunities. There's tons. As I highlighted earlier, we have up to 40 bursary application schemes, excluding the NSFAS. So here's an opportunity to make sure that no one gets left behind. Companies are opening themselves out to offer funding for education. And this is a really bold move. I mean, for us to be sitting with over 40 bursary applications that are open to South Africans, it's actually amazing. And we would like everyone to know about it and everyone to access it, everyone who needs it to really access it. My daughter is doing matric this year. She's busy writing. I had to quickly drop her off. And it was funny because she would say, "Oh, mommy, I need to apply for this one and apply for that one." And so I'm like, "Oh, I'm overwhelmed." Yes, we need to apply for all of these because this is really a great opportunity for us to gain access to funding to make sure that education for our young ones is not disrupted. So yeah, there you are. Today's programming is not too much about interviews. It's really about plugging you with opportunities that are available. And I'm all about access, creating access to opportunity. You don't have to pay me to create access. As long as this is going to benefit many people out there, call me in, I'm in, and then I will participate. We're just going to take a short break. And when we come back, we will then prepare for our guest. So we will be joined by a recruitment specialist, the founder of a recruitment agency. She says she's got opportunities. They're also hiring. So open to hire is also another focus for Impact Week. So 3 things we are trying to drive here. It's open to hire, active jobs. Active job openings, we want to showcase it today and throughout the week. Learnerships and internships open for application. We are also showcasing all of that throughout the entire week. And then the other one is around SME funding, SME access to market. Those are the 3 key focus areas for us. We want to make sure that by the end of this week, by the end of Impact Week, we should have created an opportunity where people can access information, the information that they need the most, because now you don't have to run to all different websites to really understand what's going on, because there's a lot in the market as well. So there you are, folks. You are still tuned in. Oh, Stacy, you're there in the background. So we're just going to take a quick break. It's now a minute before 4 o'clock. And when we come back, we will continue to share some of the opportunities that are available until we have our conversation with the recruiter from Tuso Hub. We're really looking forward to hear more about Tuso Hub, as well as opportunities they have available. Right now, let's go to a quick ad break.
This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market, only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover. Future-proofing skills for economic growth. Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp. 15th to 16th of May 2026 is Africa's boldest sector-aligned and solution-driven career development event. designed to bridge the skills gap, unlock real unemployment pathways, and future-proof talent across over 20 industries. From the boardrooms of Sandton to the villages of rural South Africa, we are pulling the entire country into one decisive moment to tackle unemployment, close the skills gap, and future-proof our workforce.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Career Indaba Impact Week. This is the job market, and today we are announcing opportunities that are currently available. And joining me is my co-host, Stacey Williams. Stacey represents the voices of the young people. I'm told I'm very old to be representing any voice of the young people. So, Stacey, just a quick recap of what we've shared and then maybe kick off with other new opportunities, because we're not going to repeat. I know the other two we've just spoken about quite intensely. And what do you think some of our audience applicants should really consider when applying for internship programs, as well as some of the bursary applications? What are the things that they should consider and take into account?
Definitely planning in advance, so we know what time of year usually applications are available. And if you are not making this year's deadline, you should put it in your diary for next year already, so that you can also build your CV and your letter of motivation while you're preparing for it next year. They're very competitive. I know that I applied for, I think Volkswagen has a really nice program, and I heard that they tend to their people, and they seem to be a great opportunity to really secure long-term employment. So it's such an important application. If you're not making it in time this year, definitely start planning for next year. I think that's the most important thing.
That is absolutely true. You can be reactive because with some of these applications, there's a lot of minimum requirements required. I mean, you need to certify this, you need a copy of that and a copy of everything. Way back then, during my times, I remember with most of the bursary applications, they would ask for a minimum of 65% pass mark and above, as an example, or 70% pass mark and above. We will be looking into some of the bursary application minimum requirements just to understand how that particular landscape has shifted, because there's no point in you applying for that bursary scheme if you do not meet the minimum requirements, right? Right. So go for it, Stace.
They are very competitive requirements, but I think that shouldn't deter someone from continuing to look for more accessible opportunities. There are some that require 60 to 65%. So when you come across one that requires 70%, 75%, it's just should be motivation to continue to look and for opportunities and to work harder. Yeah. They are definitely looking for the best of the best in these programs.
You're absolutely spot on. So one of my other former colleagues' daughter, she was awarded a bursary by one of the petrochemical organizations. Absolutely wonderful. She left the wonderful Western Cape province to come and, study. And also now she's working for this particular organization in Mpumalanga. And this is absolutely amazing. So she managed to complete her master's through the bursary scheme from that organization. They even offered her a job. She's employed and she's thriving and left behind the Western Cape. So what I'm trying to highlight here is that for us to even access some of the opportunities, we might need to leave behind some of our comfort zones to be able to, find that which we are looking for, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that tends to be the case, especially with the engineering backgrounds, that the areas of development tend to be in the outskirts of the country. So there is a lot of discomfort we have to be willing to endure to get the fruits of the development.
Yeah, you're right. It's not going to be a nice Sentin platter. It will come with a couple of potholes and bumpy rides along the way, right? Yeah. I love Sentin. Don't get me wrong. I think it is absolutely the most beautiful piece of space that we have in Africa. It is absolutely beautiful. Every time I see the landscape of the entire, million or billion square mile in Africa, yeah, I just marvel. I'm just so proud that we are able to drive the economy in that hub. I mean, it's all congested, but it's beautiful and it's busy, it's buzzing. Okay, great. Let's go through the other bursary applications and share what's available and make sure that people access it. Do you want to maybe take the first five, the top five that you want to highlight? Then I'll take
All
another five
right.
bursaries. Yeah, go for it, Stace.
31st of October, there's AdVTech deadline. It's for education in particular, and they are asking 70 to 75% as the minimum requirement for those applications. You have to have gotten 70 to 75% internship. The is the services CETA closes on the 30th of October. They aren't specific about what they are looking for, but TVET colleges in particular to place people in the integrated learning programs that they run.
Mhm.
Um, and there's H construction, which is on the 31st of October. That's for the construction industry of South Africa, which has various disciplines for their program. So for 30th and 31st of October.
Great. Can I do my
can go
I think I've got six. Yeah, do your last one.
On the 1st of October, there's the Monaco Foundation for postgraduate degrees in any field.
So when you say 1st of October, was that 1st of November, isn't it? Because 1st of October has come and left us. 1st of November.
1st of
Yes. Okay, great. So let me do mine, and we will then welcome a guest for the plug around jobs, what our job opportunities are currently open that you can apply for. So I've got SAPS, South African Police Services. They also are offering a bursary scheme. Their closing date is the 30th of November. Please head on to saps.gov.za careers. That's where the bursary application process is open. Don't miss out. The second one that I have is Gibela Bursary Scheme. We all know the Gibela organization. Please do visit their website. They've got a bursary scheme running. It is closing on the 21st of November, Gibela bursary scheme. My next one is Mondi Group. They are also offering a bursary scheme. That one is closing on the 30th of November. And the other one that we have is Exaro. Exaro is also offering a bursary scheme. Please visit their website, exaro.com, careers bursaries. It is closing on the 30th of November. We know that everyone is busy with exams, but in between, find an opportunity to apply. Exaro, they are offering a bursary. And the last three that I have, we've got Vodacom Foundation. They're also their bursary application scheme is also open until the 30th of November. Then the last two, we have Bidvest bursary scheme as well. Bidvest bursary. They're also open for applications, and that also closes on the 30th of November. And the last one is NAMPAC program. They also have their bursaries. Oh, this one I did mention. So this one is closing next year. So we just need to, this one is closing next year. But if you're looking for immediate funding for 2026, learning programs, they start in January, February. So you need to have some funding by then. So those are the ones that we're quite familiar with. We will come back and share more about that. Before we welcome our guest, we will just take a quick ad break and introduce our guest.
This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market, only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover.
Okay, great. Welcome, Spiwe. We are joined by Spiwe, the founder of Thuso Hub. Spiwe, I'm with my co-host, Stacey. So Stacey Williams is really helping us deliver the wonderful news of what's currently open and available regarding all things opportunities, all things bursaries and internship. So before we kick off and before you share with us what's available, good morning and welcome to Career Indaba Impact Week on the job marketplace. Please introduce yourself. Who's Thuso Stole?
Good morning, and thank you so much for the platform. It's quite a great pleasure to be here. So my name is Sipiwe Sithole, and I am the founder of Thuso Hub. So what inspired Thuso Hub is just the passion and desire to make an impact. Because one thing that I did recognize, and I think that we all do, is that the youth unemployment rate is quite high. And one of the reasons that we've just realized through research is work readiness and work readiness. And so what Thuso Hub intends to do is just bridge the gap between youth unemployment and work readiness. And what we do is that we offer workshops that assist young people in terms of just knowing and understanding the value proposition in the labor market, just being able to be aware of their knowledge and skills, to hone their soft skills, communication skills, just so that they're able to integrate much better in the work environment. Also just fine-tuning their attitude and behavior so that this does not impact them negatively, and that in the end and ultimately there's a higher retention in the workplace. So that's just what we do. We also offer recruitment services for entry level and senior level professionals.
Okay, great. So you spoke about helping the young access soft skills? Do you offer training? Is there access that?
Yes, so what we do is that we collaborate with other businesses who are able to sponsor these workshops, and in exchange for their sponsorship, they have access to our talent pipeline, which is work ready candidates. So the workshops that we do host, some of them are sponsored, and some of them do come at a fee.
Oh, I see. So how do people access the ones that are sponsored? And do you have any of those available currently?
Not currently. Currently, we are actively looking for sponsorships from different entities, whether in private and government, to assist us in carrying out or rolling out these workshops. However, prospective candidates can always reach out to us through our contact line, which is 062-989-7126, or they can send us an email, which is info@tusohub.com, and they can just state their interest in participating in our workshops, and we will then facilitate the process from then.
Okay. So you just walked us through how the TUSO Hub work readiness program works. And if people are interested, they can send an email to express interest. And you're also saying, should corporates or any organization be interested in sponsoring this particular initiative, that they can also reach out to yourself with potential sponsorships and so forth. Maybe a little bit about your workplace readiness program. Maybe take us through, how long is it for? What, how does it really work?
All right. So the workshops that we have currently that are ongoing would be it would be a 1-day workshop, a short session where we are able to take through candidates how to prepare themselves for the workplace, and also just offer insight from a recruiter's point of view. So what we would do in the sessions is to highlight the different options that candidates would have in terms of their qualifications, encourage them to look beyond the qualification. We would then assist them in terms of CV writing, and writing their CV in a way that is ATS compliant, because as things stands, that is what we are currently using in our industry. So we would take them through the CV writing process, what is applicable and what isn't. We'd also then take them through the interviewing process, and in them understanding the job specification, how can they use that to prepare for their interview, and also how can they prepare their CVs that is in alignment with the job specification. And we also take them through just understanding who they are, boosting their self-confidence, because we understand that without confidence, you can't enter those doors or rooms where you're destined to be. Confidence is one thing that unlocks a lot of opportunities, and so we'll take them through just being able to understand who they are, the skills that they have, what they are also bringing to the table. Because a big misconception with especially fresh graduates and young professionals is that they are being done a favor by getting a job opportunity, and not understanding that it's a fair exchange between themselves and their prospective employer. And so we help them to be able to package themselves in a way where they are able to present the value that they are offering to these businesses and corporations.
Right.
Just yeah, that is our offering in our workshop sessions. We also offer these online and in person.
Okay, great, wonderful. So now let's talk about recruitment. You know that I love recruitment, as much as sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. I love recruitment. I wouldn't say I'm a veteran recruiter like my colleague Geeta. So Geeta is a veteran recruiter. No, I'm
Yes,
not. I'm not. She's amazing. She's wonderful. She's a
she
walking
absolutely
knowledge.
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have her on my LinkedIn as well. So I've seen some of the amazing work that she does, and with graduates as well, young people. So
yeah.
it's a
So your recruitment process, how do you do it? How does it work? How do people apply? And also, what opportunities do you have available?
All right. So the first step of our recruitment process, so clients would approach us for our services. So the first step would be a consultation where we'll have a discovery call with the client, just to understand what their needs are and how we can help them scale the team. So we'll then go through the process of creating the job specification with them. And if in instances where they already have the job specification, available, we are able to just fine tune it and to make it more presentable and understandable to the audience and the kind of talent they're looking for. Secondly, then we'll start our sourcing process. This is where we then put out the word that we are looking for a said talent. If, for instance, we're looking for a marketing intern, we are going to then leverage on our different platforms where we advertise that we're looking for this particular role. And subsequent to that, we'll then, once we've received applications, we'll then start going through the process where we call screening. So in that process, we'll conduct pre-screening calls where we're able to then assess the shortlisted candidates, whether they are the right fit for the client. And once we're able to, you know, um, go through that process, we'll then facilitate interviews and get into the last and final phase, which is the selection process and the hiring. So we'll do interviews with these candidates, identify who's best suited for this role. And this is a collaborative effort between ourselves and the employer to see which candidate is the right fit. Also, culture fit, we assess for culture fit as well, because we understand that each organization has its own personality, it has its own unique traits, and it's always important to place someone who's going to be aligned with the needs and desires of the client, someone who's also going to align with the culture, because we understand that people are different, personalities are different, and some people might experience a culture shock depending on the different environment. And so we always want to ensure that the person that we do go for is someone who will be able to assimilate, because we want to correct for a turnover. It's always important for us to have that retention level where
Yeah.
our candidates are the right fit and they're comfortable and they can grow in that particular organization. So that is just the process that we follow at Tuso Hub. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you asked what current roles we are recruiting for. We are currently recruiting for sales consultants, and this is in different areas. We are looking for sales talent in the property sales environment. And these are people that have experience, bond originators, people that have experience in home loan sales. We're looking for people in KZN. We're looking for people in Cape Town, in Tiger Valley and Kenilworth, in Bloemfontein, the West Rand, as well as in Mpumalanga and Nelspruit. So this is a bulk recruitment initiative where we are actively looking for sales consultants. So anyone with experience that aligns with the requirements, they can reach out to me directly through our email, which is info@tusohub.com. And I can then provide further details as to what is required.
Okay. I think at this point, I'm very curious to know what are the top three minimum requirements, because it sounds like a great opportunity. It's a national activation. So across the different provinces, you are currently open to hire. So what's the three
Okay.
minimum requirements? Because you don't want everyone and anyone to apply and we raise
Yes.
unnecessary expectations,
No, I
right?
fully understand. So we're
Yeah.
looking for someone who's got 2 to 3 years of external sales experience in finance and insurance. So that is a strict prerequisite where you've got to have that finance or insurance background. So 2 to 3 years upward. We are looking for someone who's got a proven ability for lead generation, someone who's got a hunter mentality. So you're able to go out there and look for opportunities, because this role is not a full-time office role. You'll be on the field looking for business, looking for leads. So another prerequisite is having your own reliable vehicle and a driver's license, as you will, a large part of the work requires to be on the road. We're looking for someone who's self-motivated, someone who's confident in their ability to convert their leads, and uh, to make sales. And one of the most important prerequisites is having a clear credit record, because you are working in the financial sector. So we're looking for people that fit that criteria.
Okay, for me, the most important part. Thanks for sharing the minimum requirements. We know which locations. It's a nice plug. How much, without mentioning the actual, is it a commission based or is it a market related salary, like we always say? And if it's market related, let's say it's market related. But, or if it's commission, 100% commission, what is the
Yes.
payment structure there?
So this role has a basic salary of 15,000, and that's
Wonderful.
non-negotiable. So you have the basic salary of 15,000, and you also have commission in as well. So you earn the 15,000 plus commission. And one of the great things about this opportunity is you have a settling in allowance, what we call a settling in allowance, and this is going to help you in terms of your lead generation, doing activations and campaigns to find clients, and just allowing you to settle into the role with the ability to go out and look for business. So this is part of the package where you are going to receive that allowance to do these activations and business development.
This is actually exciting. And this is in the property sector.
Yes.
What is that one or two thing that you would say maybe it could be a deterrent for people to apply? Because I know sales is hard.
Sales is very hard.
Yeah.
So you've got to have a thick skin. You've got
So
to be
I'm saying it's hard for me, not for everybody, but for me.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No, no, I understand. But I think a lot of people, don't realize that they actually do have that skill. They just need to fine tune it. So a deterrent would, for instance, I would say is if you have a bad credit record, that can be a disadvantage. And that is an immediate, disqualification, because we are looking for people that are compliant, that are in good standing, because it is in the financial sector. So that is quite important. And most importantly, you've got to have that self-confidence. So if you're someone who is not client-facing, or it doesn't feel comfortable in having those interactions directly with clients, that is going to be an issue for you, because you're going to have to put yourself out there. And so if you can't handle rejection, then this is not going to work for you.
Okay. I want to clarify one last question from my end. Performance management. So with sales comes performance. What are some of the non-negotiables in terms of performance? I'm sure there might be like things like, if you do not achieve X target within the first 3 months, do you have any of that you might want to highlight? Because I'm sure it's quite key in the sector.
Thank you so much for asking that question. I think that is ultimately up to the client's discretion, because they will be the one handling the reviews, and measuring whether the candidate is able to reach their targets or not. So I cannot speak on their behalf at the moment. So that is to their discretion.
Okay, great. All right. So lastly, do you charge for any of your recruitment services? We just touched on recruiters who ask for money for this, that, and the other. Is there a charge for any of the recruitment services that you provide? Towards the candidate, not the client, towards the candidate.
No, with regards to placement for candidates, we as a business do not charge the candidates. However,
Great.
we do charge for the workshops. We do charge for CV revamping, and as well as LinkedIn profile optimization, where we're able to assist you with your professional profile, just so that it's in alignment with your requirements as a professional. So that's where we charge candidates when they come in looking for assistance in terms of just aligning themselves with their career aspirations. So the service offering to candidates would be the CV revamping, would be the LinkedIn profile optimization, and would be the workshops for graduates or young professionals. But in terms of placement fees or any upfront fees, no. As things stand, we don't charge our candidates, and we encourage anyone who is actively job searching to reach out to us so that they can become part of our talent pool. And as opportunities present themselves, they are able to be assisted in their job searching initiatives.
Great. Stuart, this is really fantastic. I mean, it's been absolutely awesome. These opportunities you've shared with us, the sales services roles,
yes,
sales consultant roles, how many of them across the country are you looking to recruit and place for?
To be quite honest, we are bulk recruiting. So I would say we are across the different regions. I think it would be close to a total of 15, if I'm not mistaken, that we are actively looking for. So that's a big number, and there's opportunity for a lot of people who are looking, so they can reach out to us.
Did you say 15 or 50?
15.
Okay, 15 sales consultant roles, and it is paying 15,000 per month plus commission. It is currently open to hire across the different provinces. If you are interested, please send your CV, your inquiry to info@tusohub, and they will then provide you with all the details. Spiwe Stole, founder of Tuso Hub, thank you so much for joining us and really for sharing with us what your organization is all about, what you do. And just want to take this opportunity to wish you all the best. And thank you for joining Career Indaba Impact Week and for plugging people with what you have available. So thank you.
Thank you so much for the platform and opportunity. I think, I'm very passionate about youth employability. I think it's important that we play our part where we can, and it's been fantastic to just take you through our journey and to also share some of the opportunities that we have available. Thank you so much. And once again, anyone can reach out to me on info@tusohub.com, or they can give us a call on 062-989-7126. Thank you so much.
Great stuff. So we will be adding this plug on our job marketplace website page for people to access. So we'll put in your contact info. Everything will be redirected to you. So to all our listeners, we are not taking CVs. We will redirect you to info@tusohub to engage further with the recruiter. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
All right then. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
This is not just another talk show. It's the pulse check of a working continent. The job market, where policy meets people and numbers meet names. From factories to futures, from data to dignity. We don't just count jobs, we build them. The job market, only on Career Indaba Impact Week, the Boardroom Takeover. Future-proofing skills for economic growth. Career Indaba Expo and Bootcamp. 15th to 16th of May 2026 is Africa's boldest sector-aligned and solution-driven career development event designed to bridge the skills gap, unlock real unemployment pathways, and future-proof talent across over 20 industries. From the boardrooms of Sandton to the villages of rural South Africa, we are pulling the entire country into one decisive moment to tackle unemployment, close the skills gap, and future-proof our workforce.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Still joined by my co-host, Stacey Williams, to really help me showcase and announce some of these opportunities that are currently available. We have a couple of minutes left before we hand over to the next slot. So we're going to go through like a sprint of some sort where we will be showcasing and announcing some of the bursary application window opens. So Stacey, do you want to take over from here? Your next batch of announcements? Stacey? Stacey, you can go ahead and your next bursary applications that are currently open now. Okay, so it seems like the Sandton network is just not happy today. Suppose it's playing with the weather. So we will just stick to our wonderful non-Sandton internet to announce. I'm going to go ahead and announce the next 5 from my end, bursary applications. I do want to encourage those who are watching or listening to us to please share with those who need this particular bursary application scheme more than everybody else. So let me go through this. I've got my next batch of bursary applications. I've got PSG bursary. They also have bursary applications running. You can visit PSG website. The closing date there also is on the 30th of November. That's my first one. And the next one, the next bursary application available, it is the Rand West City bursary. So visit randwest.gauteng.gov.za. They also have the bursary applications open until the 25th of November. Then also we have Emalahleni local municipality. They also have a bursary scheme that's currently running. The closing date for the Emalahleni local municipality bursary scheme is on the 22nd of November. Please do share that one as well. And once again, we will publish this on our website for everyone to access it. My next one is the Steve Tretter Bursary Scheme. So this one is also open. It closes on the 14th of November. Steve Tretter Bursary Scheme. So the website there is the stlm.gov.sa. It is a bursary scheme, the Steve Tretter Bursary Scheme. It is open and it's closing on the 14th of November. Then I'm going to announce the last one, my last bursary announcement this morning. It is from the Macmillan Foundation. They also have a bursary scheme open. This one is closing like next week. The 4th of November, Macmillan Foundation, they have a bursary scheme open, macmillan.ac.za. Bursary scheme is also open. Visit their website to apply before the closing date, which is the 4th of November. All details are available on the website. Stacey?
Hi, I'm still here.
Yes, go for it.
On the 3rd of November, the City of Tshwane's internship program is closing. And then Ivan Platz is also closing on the 3rd of November. On the 4th of November, Agricultural Research Council's internship is closing. And Volkswagen Group South Africa's internship is closing.
When is it closing, the Volkswagen?
Then 8th of November, 4 November.
Okay, great. Awesome. Do you want to do maybe another two?
Mercedes-Benz is closing there.
Okay. Is
Okay.
Mercedes-Benz
Mercedes-Benz is closing their internship. I've got your internship.
So can we close?
Internship closing on the 28th of November.
Okay. So I was announcing the bursaries. So you've moved very quickly to the internship. So it's fine. Let's do internships.
Okay. Has a YES program that's closing on the 30th of November.
Great. And yes, there is Mercedes-Benz SA. They also have an internship program. It is closing on the 28th of November. That's also a good one. We also have Anglo-American Kumba Iron Ore. They also have an internship program. It's closing this coming Friday. Don't miss out. Anglo-American Kumba Iron. They have on their website, they also have the 31st of October, an internship program running. And also there's H&I Construction. They also have an internship program running. Visit their website, and they've got an email address where you can be able to reach them as well. They are closing 31st of October. It's an internship, H&I Construction. So if you can have a look at that. And did we mention the ShopRite YES program?
Not yet.
No, I don't think we mentioned. Yeah, so ShopRite YES program, they've got various closing dates. So please visit the website of ShopRite to access the ShopRite YES program, as well as the SASL. So SASL has got an internship program. They've got various closing dates. So if you're quite keen to be part of the SASL internship program, do visit sasol.com website and check out some of the opportunities. So, Stacey, as we wrap up the announcements, this is the first segment in Impact Week where we have kicked off with some of these available announcements. The last 2 days, we've had quite a few conversations. So, as a voice that's representing young people, what's your take? What's your feel about these announcements?
I think it's so difficult to look for the right opportunity. It's sometimes it requires you just to send cold emails to ask an organization if they're willing to have you. And so it's so invaluable for a platform to offer detailed information on what is available in the market. It also helps give a sense of what the expectations are and why it's so challenging to be looking for a job. You know, when I look through the requirements of the bursaries that I don't, it explains to me how high the level is for to these great opportunities. And to have that perspective and go back to studying is really helpful. I think that I could have benefited from this sooner. I know that when I was studying, I just sent emails and was quite upset that they weren't responding to me in some instances. And in instances where I got to regret emails, I asked, what is it that the other candidates have that I can improve on? Because they recommend that on websites that give advice to graduates. So I think it helps to look at opportunities that you might not be applying for, just to give you some perspective, might be not be eligible for, to give you some perspective on what the demands of the market are, and that can help you refine your applications and your mindset on what's actually going on in the market. The standards are actually really high, and I guess it's because the market's so competitive. There's just so many graduates that the only way to manage the influx is to create these very high standards for entry.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and reflections. So we will continue to announce these opportunities until the end of Impact Week. Post Impact Week, people can access all opportunities that are available through our marketplace web page. So you can visit careerindaba.org. That's where you will have an opportunity to see what's currently actively available that might really plug you into the labor market. It's been a wonderful short morning. It feels like it was just an hour since we started the conversation. Stacey, thank you so much for joining me. You made my hosting more comfortable. You helped me to ease into the morning today. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support and holding the space and just hanging in there with your Sandton not working internet connectivity. So that's the only thing I don't like about Sandton is the internet connectivity. It's not the best. So other than that, it's been an absolute pleasure. So in terms of open job hires, please visit TUSO Hub. Info at TUSO Hub. They've got 15 sales consultant vacancies across the different provinces. They're paying 15,000 per month plus commission. Please do send your messages, your requests, your inquiries, and ask to speak to Sipiwe Sitole, and they will be able to assist you. It's been an awesome morning, and thank you so much for joining us. Please do stay tuned and attend the next event, which is Career Talk. That's going to be a jam-packed session from 9 o'clock until 12, hosted by our board member, Suraya Sidat, with her co-host, Mzwandile Riba. And they will be joined by various leaders from across the different sectors unpacking all things digital and digital economy and new career pathways that are coming through. So I cannot wait for that. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. It is a wrap. Thank you.
Career Indaba. Real voices, real change, real opportunity.